it.
Absolutely.
And then he should have just rested and just let it happen.
He was looking good in spring training, but dude, spring training against minor leaguers is not major league hitting. It's not major league pitching.
Isn't Dominic Smith hitting about, I think, 280 right now?
He looks good. Everybody's saying he looks good. The power isn't back yet. He's bumped it up, I think, to 290 in AAA right now.
Yeah, he's like hitting,
and he's 400 on base. He looks good.
But you know what it is? Why they haven't brought him up yet? Because even though the Mets are doing bad right now, Gonzalez has been pretty consistent.
He's been all right.
He's doing enough to be like, we don't need to bring him up right now.
Well, this is exactly what you do to guys like Gonzalez. You run them into the ground until they're going to roll him out there and roll him out there until he breaks down.
Here's another point about Dom Smith, though. You look at his numbers, and he's hitting 290, but he's hitting 290 in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm sure, as you guys know, Las Vegas is one of the best hitting parks in all of baseball, majors and minors. That's why guys like Travis Tejeron and Phillip Evans and Josh Satin, they hit 350 in AAA. They come up with the majors.
It is a total.
Do you remember Josh Satin?
Josh
Satin. He was so good in AAA Vegas that they thought that he could start over Ike Davis and Duda. So it's like
the desert air makes the balls carry. I mean, it's easier to hit a home run out than it is a Cincinnati.
What about Peter Alonso?
He's hitting in Double A. Real deal.
He's hitting in Double A at Binghamton.
Here's the big thing about Alonso. I don't know if you guys probably don't know. I'm a big time Mets minor league nerd, like hard body. I've been up to Binghamton. I go to a bunch of Coney Island games every year. I love the Mets minor league system. All about it. This kid Alonso, the biggest knock on him is that he was bad defensively.
He was the second baseman, right?
First baseman.
Oh, he's the first baseman.
Yeah, he was drafted, I think, in like the supplemental first round in 2016.
Okay.
And he was always looked at as a college bat, first baseman, bad defensive first baseman. But it looks like the difference between last year and this year is big. And he really worked on his defense in the offseason. And it wouldn't surprise me if somehow he manages to leapfrog Dom Smith. I think he's got unbelievable power. He improved his batting eye this year. He looks like the real deal, and I think,
And he's hitting home runs in Binghamton in April when it was freezing cold this year.
Yeah, he's got like 7 home runs already, or like 6 home runs already.
That's awesome.
I think he's going to be a player,
Because they need a farm system. They're depleted. I mean, they have nothing. I mean, let me put it this way. From a layman of the Mets farm system, from somebody who knows the reports and the rankings of and what do these reporters know about who has the best farm system, whatever. But there is some correlation when you realize, like, wow, when's the last time a really good Met came up from their farm system besides the three aces?
Conforto.
Maybe Conforto.
I mean, Rosario was ranked
prospect.
Yeah, he was.
Conforto has not reached anywhere close to the potential that they build him at. And Rosario,
you're crazy. He was an all-star last year.
Oh, come on.
He was an all-star last year. And he hit 280 in the playoffs in 2015. He had a bad year in 2017 when Terry Collins tried to bench him against Yankees all the time, and he couldn't get into it. Last year, he hit like crazy until he blew his shoulder out.
I get it, but it's streaks, extraordinarily cold streaks, or I'm hurt. Is that going to be... I want to say that Greg Bird is a wonderful prospect.
Dude,
he's not
Bird
anymore.
Washed up, dude.
He is washed up.
Nick Johnson 2.0.
I agree.
Straight up.
I agree.
But you're a Yankee fan?
I'm a Yankee fan.
Dude,
I'm saying that. He's not a top prospect in my book.
As a diehard Mets fan, but someone who can respect the Yankees' glut of talent right now really, really bothers me. As a Mets fan, lifelong Mets fan, watching Gleyber Torres and the Hard perform night after night after night, dude, getting Didi Gregorius for
a song.
Sean Green.
Got him for a song.
Sean Green is a reliever for the Detroit Tigers now. He's not even a starter anymore.
Can I tell you how upset I was?
Shane Green.
Sean Green. This morning I had time before our 140 class, and and what I tend to do with the Jets and with the Knicks and with the Mets is, since my teams aren't good in real life, I spend my $60 to get the games. So I was so upset this morning. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Right.
I did the Mets versus the Yankees.
And what happened?
In Citi Field.
In Citi Field, all right.
In Citi Field.
The better stadium.
The first inning, right?
That's right.
It was.
I'm glad you respect it.
It is. The Yankee Stadium is way too darn touristic. I don't like it.
The first inning, I had 2 outs, and I'm thinking, okay, I got Gardner out, I got Judge out, and then Stanton comes up. Stanton's saying, I don't care.
I don't care.
But by the end of the first inning, just from that single, I don't know how it happened. It happened so fast. It was 4-0.
Okay.
And DeGrom was pitching. So I restarted it. I started this over. I'm like, you know what? This is bad.
It's got to be a fluke.
It got to be a fluke. So I made Syndergaard the starter.
Okay.
And he got lit up worse.
Okay.
He didn't get it out. So I'm thinking, so this is really happening. This is serious. This is not just real life.
Yeah, once the video games,
once
then
the
it's
video
true.
games start doing it. So I said,
It's true.
You know what came to me? It's time to go to class. And I left a little early. That's why you saw me so early.
No joke though, man.
Yeah.
You're talking to that other guy over there.
Huh?
That other guy, that small dude.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I asked him to borrow his charger one day. Every time he sees me, we have a conversation.
That guy, I seen that guy stand outside my classroom for hours upon hours.
Yeah. I don't know. I seen him asking for his charger. Yeah,
like he never goes to class.
He's one of those guys. Yeah. But yeah, guys. No.
How do we get to this all the time with you? Something about class with you.
Yeah. No, but the Yankees like lineup is crazy. There's no, because the way Didi and Sanchez, and now that Sanchez finally is come alive now, it's just like it's just that Stanton having it. That's the only real that keeps teams.
But he's starting to hit against Boston.
Right.
He's starting to
hit. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that Stanton about 4 days ago was batting under 200, but this man already had 9 home runs and 27 RBIs.
He's still on pace to hit 45 home runs. Already.
And this is, I got looked at really weird by my cousin, and because he almost started yelling at me. He's like, "What are you?" And then he stopped. He goes, "You know what? You're absolutely right." I said, "Honestly, on their best day, Gary Sanchez is the best hitter in that lineup, hands down. Hands down."
I mean, he's probably got the most explosive power.
And I disagree with that. You know what I think it is? I think Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton both, respectively, are helped by the fact that some of those, maybe warning track kind of fly balls go out of the stadium because of the power they have. Gary Sanchez just barrel on bat is I mean, God, he just roasts it every time.
Like if the Mets is fully healthy, because Cespedes is my favorite player to watch. He's the most exciting for me. But I just feel like the best hitter on my team, fully healthy, is Conforto. I just feel like it's no. I think
his swing is beautiful.
It's like a beautiful swing.
And not for nothing, when he got drafted, he was viewed as the best college hitter in the draft that year. Sandy Alston knew that he was close to the majors, was a sick hitter, and that's why he got him. He was like 10 overall or 11.
But
did they trade for Conforto?
No, he got drafted.
No, he got drafted.
No, he got drafted.
He was picked with the Mets in 2014.
Was he number 17 that year?
I think earlier than that.
Did they pick that high that year?
Yeah,
for Sandy Alston.
The Mets were bad for a while, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
They were.
It's so funny to remember. It's funny they've been so bad recently, and I forget that. I forget.
They had like a year and a half.
Let me ask you a question. Both of you.
Is it about his shirt? Is it about his Malice at the Palace shirt?
Oh, you like my Malice at the Palace shirt?
Conforto was 10.
Yo, he was 10?
Yeah,
wow.
10th.
I watched that game live, by the way.
Hey, let me ask you both a question. And now as I'm going to try and stall as it's starting to leave my mind. Somebody say something else while I try to remember what I was going to say.
What?
That's all right.
What?
So no. But the Mets, I was just telling them also too that the Phillies, I thought they was the number 1 team, but they're like half a game away from the. Oh, go ahead.
I got the question.
Go ahead before you.
As Mets fans, I got to ask you because as a Yankee fan. Just like where they're at now and where they were in 2015. Does 2015 World Series Mets seem like a century ago to you two?
It seems like a long time.
For the broadcasters, it does. It's only seems to brag about. If you listen to Josh and Howie, what are they only talking about?
Yeah.
Is that or?
But I mean, not for nothing. In baseball terms, 3 years ago,
it is a long time.
It's a long time. And even in 2016, the Mets is just so bad that the last 2 years the Mets been so bad. 2016, we was in the wild card game. That we lost to the Giants.
And not for nothing, you ran up to Bumgarner.
Exactly.
I don't know if you remember that wild card game. Yo, what
are you going to do?
Your boy Thor was a beast.
He was a beast.
Yeah,
but
it was not Syndergaard's fault.
Yeah, dude. When it comes to playoff time, he takes it to that next level.
He's one of the best postseason pitchers ever.
Sorry, the highlight of 2016. You know what the highlight of 2016 was?
What? Something about the Devil Rays?
No, Bartolo Colon's home run.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I missed him.
That was good.
Oh my God.
He got lit up the other night. He came back.
Mic drop.
He came up and he got lit up. Where is he right now? I was watching.
He's in Texas.
He's in Texas. He got lit up.
Tigers.
The Tigers. Yeah, they lit him up.
He had a no-hitter into the 9th a few weeks ago.
He's like 45 though.
No, that's true.
And it makes you wonder. Listen, I'm not trying to throw out any sort of allegations.
Yeah.
But my man did have a dirty test in like 2009 before he signed with the Yankees.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Dude, he's 45 and he's still performing. He had an 8+ ERA last year with the Braves.
Yeah.
And now he
Went to the Twins?
with the Twins. His ERA was still over 5 with the Twins, but he got released from the Braves. You know what I mean? I heard a lot of Mets fans like, "Oh, please, we got to bring Bart back." Why would you bring a 45-year-old guy back? Like, why?
He does bring excitement to the team, but that's not what we need right now. We got to get into the.
If the season's over, listen. You let Jose Reyes play. You let Bart Toloclone pitch a game. You bring up Tim Tebow. David Wright comes out for play DH.
They need to cut Jose Reyes.
You know why he's laughing so hard?
Yeah. They need to get rid of Reyes.
You know why he's laughing so hard?
They need the biggest wasted $2 million.
Yeah, he's a Rays
Yeah,
fan.
he loves the Devil Rays, bro. What are you doing?
They haven't been the Devil Rays in 10 years.
Yo, you know what your boy CJ Cron is hitting though. Yo, CJ Cron is hitting. I picked him up for my fantasy team like 2 weeks ago. He's been hitting bombs, man. So at least you got something to look forward to down there.
Yeah,
besides dwelling in the. And you know what? You're not even going to be in the cellar, the basement this year because the Orioles are terrible.
Yeah, so it'll be 0-4.
Oh my God, giving up like 4 home runs before he strikes anybody out.
Somehow.
And I got to be honest, isn't this the legacy of Buck Showalter? He gets a team to the precipice of, like, in no time,
like right
a
here,
really bad team takes over a really bad team, has him in the playoffs in 2 years, and then just can't do anything.
Yeah. Except for the Yankees.
No, he
didn't do it with the Yankees.
He built up that team.
95.
He didn't win a
That's
World
what I
Series.
just said. He didn't say
Same thing with the Diamondbacks.
That's when he left.
But that's my
the
point.
Diamondbacks.
The Yankees were horrible before he took over, and then in 2 years they're back in the playoffs, and then he gets fired, and then they sign.
Then you had the D-backs in the 2000s, and he was their manager up until 2000. Got fired. They brought Bob Brenly in,
and Brenly
won the World Series the next year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now it's the opposite because now they're really bad.
No.
But
he just caught the opposite end of the peak.
But he keeps doing that.
Down.
He keeps doing that.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, he builds the team. He gets them right there, and then a team either gets really bad and they fire him, or they fire him anyway, and then someone else takes the team he built. Or
John Tortorella of baseball.
He really, pretty close.
Before I go, I got to roll out of here. But before I go, considering how bad the Orioles are, do you think that one of these teams in New York is going to trade for Machado?
Definitely
Or
not the
sign
Mets
him.
because
they can't sign him mid-season, but you got to think that the Orioles are going to try and dump him because they stink this year.
It's not going to be the Mets, and I don't think it's going to be the Yankees now either because I just don't see the place for him.
You don't think that if they had a chance they would move Andujar to first and throw Machado there at third base?
I think you could do that, but the problem with that is Machado wants to play short.
Yeah,
he's out saying that.
It's the Yankees.
Going to be the Dodgers.
If the Yankees are like, listen, here's a blank check. Look at this team we have, but you got to play third base because Didi is a better defensive shortstop than you. You really think he's not going to play third base?
You know what? I don't know about that.
You guys could get rid of
Manny
Didi.
Machado.
No, they're not going to get rid of Didi.
Machado, excellent at defense.
He is a Gold Glove caliber shortstop and third baseman. He started as a shortstop. I'm pretty sure they moved him to third base. I think he's won 2 Gold Gloves. Has he not? I'm pretty sure he has.
I
gotta
honestly
look.
don't remember off the top of my head.
But I'm going to look that up. But I just don't see the place for him. I really do like Andujar at third. I think he's got the arm for it. I think his arm is a waste at first.
Dude, his footwork is bad.
I get that.
Bad. He's not going to get better. He's only going to get bigger as he gets older, and his range is only going to get worse.
I guess.
Not for nothing. Greg Bird gets hurt every year. He hasn't put up he's like 20. He's going to be 26 next year.
But Tyler Austin's come up and done some damage.
Tyler Austin is a 260 hitter.
He's been pretty bad lately, though.
I like
he's
him.
Not
I think
that
he can
good.
come around.
He gets hurt a lot too. You got to move Andujar to first base. Let him bop. Let him hit.
And
he's a big guy.
Let me ask you a question.
First base target, and you bring in Machado, he's Manny Machado.
Hey, listen. I don't hate it. I'll take it.
I mean, I don't want the Yankees to sign him. I'm just saying it seems like the most reasonable and logical thing that they could do.
Well, here's another thing that I don't think has been floated around enough, and I didn't like the idea of it. I really don't like the idea of it because I think it's insult to injury. I do like the idea that it's another lefty in the lineup, but no Gardner next year. You finally let him go. Can one of them, Judge or Bryce Harper, play center field?
I think if they sign Bryce Harper, it's crazy. I mean, you got Clint Frazier who could play center field.
Well, he's going to be a trade.
I have no idea. Yeah, he's going to get traded. He's going to get traded for a big pitcher.
Yeah, but they're trading. They're going to get rid of Gardner at the end of the year. And then they have an outfield spot open. Aaron Hicks.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is you could bring Clint Frazier up. Why are you going to give Bryce Harper $400 million?
Because we need to trade for a pitcher.
Huh?
We need to trade for a pitcher.
We have like the fourth best minor league system in baseball.
Yeah, but
like, what are you talking about?
Domingo
move Frazier to get a pitcher.
We have an ace, right? We have Luis Severino. Tanaka is
his arm's going to fall off any day.
Yeah, any day now. He's spaghetti one day. He's Cy Young the next.
But they did just bring Justice Sheffield up to AAA.
You know what? That
he
doesn't
pitch, man.
That doesn't excite me.